Hello to you and your homegirls. What's up? It's me, Chris, and today we are here for another productivity video. Alexa, not you sabotaging me. Anyway, today is productivity. We're not doing makeup today. This is typically a makeup channel, but I like to share my planner girl things on here too. I did not film this makeup, unfortunately, but this is the Unearthly Warms My Blood palette. I used that in my Sexy Soft Glam video, so I will put that one in the cards. But today, I'm just doing the big girl things, okay? What we're doing today is I want to move into my 2024 planner. I'm also going to put into the cards the unboxing of this planner. And I also mentioned that this is a Japanese planner. So I had to go and dig for the translations. So I've done that. And I kind of know what some of these things mean. And what I'm gonna do is a little bit of a plug and play to I gotta get my goals written down. And kind of set the vibe for the new year. I am very much so a goal-oriented woman, and I have been for a couple of years, and I have not too much on myself, but I kind of have a method down for achieving my goals. So we'll get into it. The formatting of this video, I don't want to put too much on myself, but I do want to share. So what we're gonna do is, I don't think I'm gonna have you guys overhead in my ADHD chaos. And also I also mentioned that I'm pretty private, so I'm not sure what I'm willing to share in the planners. So I think I'm just gonna keep you guys here, and I'll put some music on, and I want you guys to grab your notebooks and your pens, a piece of paper, minimize me, open the notes app, whatever you have to do, write down a couple goals. I am gonna go into what I feel like is an easy breakdown for achieving your goals, where anything your heart desire you can have, is just a matter of taking action. We'll go into that. Maybe I'll put some info that has been very helpful to me in like the bulk of this video, but what this really is going to be is you guys over here, we're going to body double it. I want you guys to grab your things, write down some stuff, and then I'll possibly throw some voiceover stuff in. I'll possibly throw some images and resources for the methods that I use. But if we boil it down, I just want us to vibe. I'm gonna turn my Spotify on and just catch a vibe, get organized. Today is the 28th, baby. Friday's the last day of the year. I'm usually so prepared by now for the new year, but I say it all the time, I've had a very difficult year this year, and even though, it's not the same vibe as it's been for me in the past, I still have confidence in myself that once I'm organized and intentional, there's no limit, there is no ceiling. So again, grab your things. Let's make 2024 exactly what we want it to be. I love you guys so much, and I'll probably be back for an outro. All right, hello to you and your homegirls. I did decide that I am gonna voice over. I'm gonna treat it like my makeup videos, but in my makeup videos, it ain't no intro foreplay. We just, we just go straight into it there. But here, I'm easing into it. I did have to put a robe on because it was very cold. I lit a candle for the vibe. This is, what is this? Something Flurries by Bath and Body Works. It's kind of like a bathroom candle. Very eucalyptus, thyme. Yeah. I don't know. Not my favorite, but it's fine. All right. I did have the Spotify on and I was vibing. I've been through a couple planners here already. This is my undated daily planner. I'm going to link my 2023 planner stack in the cards where you can get a more in-depth look in all the type of planners that I use. I mentioned that in this one, I like to have like my YouTube ideas and things that I'm currently working on. So I'm doing a video that I had in there. So I'm just marking that I'm working on it. I was jamming. Oh, I think this is the Jack Harlow song I was jamming to. All right. The raw footage of this is over an hour, so I'm gonna try to chop it down and be relevant. But yeah, we're heading into the planner, and like I mentioned, I'm gonna do some plug and play. Shortly I'm going to pull out my bullet journal and I'm going to plug in some information from my bullet journal into the new planner. All right, if you are a planner babe, you know how important the naming ceremony is for your planner, and tonight's the night for this one. Once you write your name in your planner, it's on and poppin', and here we are. This is pretty much the commencement of the year for me. So my name's in here, and she's going to be my partner in crime for the year. All right, this is my bullet journal. Again, my 2023 planner stack will be in the cards, and I'm referencing my bullet journal for some reference pages. I always have certain reference pages in every planner that I have, and this is what I'm calling my quote unquote plug and play. I'm putting this information in, and then I'm gonna regurgitate this stuff out into my life as I become active in my goals. Okay, I'm gonna have to direct you to the planner unboxing if you kind of want to understand how my planner is set up and how it's broken down. It's actually, I know it looks like one notebook, but it's actually 3 separate notebooks. And I'm actually working in the first one, and it's called the Life Notebook. And in this Life Notebook is a layout called 100 Wishes List, and I'm working on this layout first. And what I'm putting in here is my lifetime goals, what you would call stretch goals. These people should pay me the way I be pushing their book, but one of the best self-help books that I have ever read is the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And a lot of my planning changed. I've always been a planner girl, but a lot of my planning changed, or my planning style changed after I read that book. And it's kind of like broadened my mind in the way that I plan. So I have 14 lifetime goals, that I have. They're not yearly goals. They're not goals that I can achieve, in 1 year. I mean, maybe I can, you don't know, but they're just larger, more monumentous goals that I wouldn't really assign to a year. So that's what I'm putting in here. I've had these for a while, and I'm starting off with my lifetime goals. Okay, I repositioned y'all so y'all could kind of see me writing in the book, but that's what I'm doing here, just inserting my lifetime goals. And I think it's important to reflect or maybe forward think. What do you think would make you feel fulfilled at the end of your life? I know it sounds a little bit morbid, but think about what you would want. Some people call this like a death meditation. Think about the end of your life and what you would have want to have accomplished in that time. Think that forwardly, and that's how you can come up with your lifetime goals. It's not easy to come up with such long-term ideas and goals, but if you really want to, you can. Now, for me personally, there is a certain type of, I don't know, writing something down kind of solidifies it for me and kind of ensures that it happens. It kind of comes from my head, it is materialized on paper, and then I have to action it out. So this is my process. You don't have to write this stuff down. You can use a website, use an app or whatever, but I personally prefer to write pen and paper. Okay, so this next layout is titled Personal Motto, and what I decided to use this for is writing down my mission statement. I think, yeah, they address having a mission statement in 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, but I think I wrote down a mission statement for myself prior to reading that book. But having a mission statement for yourself, I find to be highly, highly effective and efficient. Just like a company would have a mission statement for itself, that's kind of how they keep themselves on a mission, on purpose. Oh yeah, there's a little like, this is my first time using this brand of planner, and they have like a little writing board on the back. This is not it, but I just decided to use that as a writing board. But yeah, having a mission statement for yourself is a good guiding light, and it just helps keep you aligned in your actions, and aligned with your goals, and aligned with the person that you say you are or say you want to be. And I think it's a very valuable tool when living out the vision that you've created for yourself. It just keeps you steered in the right direction. I created my own mission statement in 2021, and I bring it into every single planner that I've had since then, and it really is something that I continuously reference. My mission statement is very important to me, and I think it's a great tool in curating the life that you want for yourself. Okay, so within this same spread, I've also added my principles. And just like the mission statement, your principles are extremely important. This is definitely something that I've picked up from the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. and they call it, or the author calls it, principle-centered living. And it too has also been very helpful for me. I personally have 8 principles that I've been really focused on, and I think they help me in my goals. Now, having principles is extremely important. I mean, you don't have to write down your principles to have principles. You should just have principles. But it's good to, I don't know, you guys know me and writing things down, but it's good to really know for real what your principles are. And if there's a principle in which you feel you lack, you can write that principle down and implement it into your lifestyle and create a habit around strengthening that principle, or making that a principle of yours if it wasn't before. I'll share my 3 of my principles. My top 3 are cleanliness, love, and creativity. Cleanliness is a very important one to me because that is one where I added it in. It was not something that was innate to me. I have ADHD. I'm not always good at doing things when I should do them. My executive functioning is a little bit off. So cleanliness was a principle that I really, really wanted, but wasn't very strong at. So I've worked at cleanliness for years, and I wanted to improve on cleanliness for years. This was before I even knew that I had ADHD. And it was hard. It was hard to really turn into someone that really kept my physical environment clean. And now physical environment is one of my strongest areas in my life. But it took some work, and it took making this a principle of mine. I am a clean person. I had to make that a reality, and that's the magic in principles. Also, having principles and having a mission statement solidifies you as a person with those things, solidifies you and your actions, and it makes you stronger as a person and not so easily influenced and swayed by others. You guys know I've been watching Succession, which is a show about it's about a very wealthy family and their issues, and really about corporate America. And that show is a perfect example of the way people just are principleless. They have no principles, and wealth is nothing to acquire. You can acquire wealth. It's about how you acquire wealth and having good principles aligned with your wealth. Everything that glitters is not gold. This is where principles and morals and just having some structure about yourself matters, and not being so easily swayed or just jumping into any rinky-dink opportunity that presents itself to you. It has to be aligned with you and your principles. Having a mission statement and principles in place saves you from a lot of confusion or misguidance or feeling lost or not knowing yourself. It also saves you from behaving outside of your character or being easily manipulated or influenced into things that are outside of your mission or outside of your principles. When you have these things in place, your behaviors will align, your actions will align. and they're great tools to have. Okay, next they have this Anniversaries layouts, and it's 1 page per month, and each day is represented, and you put birthdays in here. And this is something I truly need to improve on. Me and my best friend has gotten into it because I forgot her birthday. I forgot my sister's birthday this year. It's just caused issues, me forgetting people's birthdays. So I'm being extremely intentional this year about really showing up for the people that I love and not forgetting their birthdays. So I'm putting in all the important people, all the people's birthdays who I know at this time into this layout. Please chime in below in the comments and let me know what your prepping for the new year process is. What is it that you like to do? Do you like to sit around here like me and in these planners? Do you like to deep clean? Do you get extremely prayerful? What makes you feel prepared for the next year? All right, so that first book was a reference book. It's called a life book, and it's supposed to continue to come with you for upcoming years. Now, this one is the specifically dated book for the year, and this is more so of the calendar of this book. Now, all I did in this book was just write my name down, because now it's time to start writing the goals down. And this is broken down like Maske Life is. So I don't really know what my goals are per se. The way I goal set is a melange of looking at my previous year's goals. What didn't I accomplish? I kind of have to do an assessment of the previous year. And I'm going to go into another planning system and return back to this one. All right, I'm going to put this planner off to the side and start my goal setting process. I'm going to take these Maske Life inserts again. If you kind of want to see how these are laid out, I will direct you to my 2023 planner stack. And this is the Maske Life goal setting system. This is a spectacular goal setting system. There's so much verbiage and tools and tests and references in this system to help you with setting and achieving goals. Now, I was already goal oriented and goal achieving before being exposed to Maske Life, but Maske Life kind of broke it down in a way that really makes sense to my brain. And their assessments, I really like their assessments, and I like how they categorize goals. Before, I wouldn't categorize, I would just list off, but they have goals categorized and color coded, and it really just scratches something in my head and makes it very easy for me to compartmentalize and prioritize. So what I'm doing here is I'm writing my name on the cover sheet. Now these are A5 ring inserts. I do have a binder, but I'm not ready to set it up yet. So I'm just writing my name on the cover sheet, and then I'm going to move on to one of their assessments. Now, I'm very intentional on this channel about not being so consumery and posting links and stuff like that. Maske Life is extremely expensive. And for me to say that is a thing, because I don't know. I don't consider myself to be very frugal, but I am a smart consumer. And it's just very expensive. There is a lot of information here. And the quality is high, but it's just a lot of money to invest on this. But they offer a lot of free printables on their website. If you do want to kind of see what they have to offer, they have a lot of their information for free. So I was using their free printables last year. And it's only after I lost some other inserts that I had, and I kind of was in need of something, and these were on sale, that I purchased from Maske Life. But I kind of was able to use their system for free because they offer a lot of free references on their website. So if you want to get into it, I will have their website linked below. But please be smart in your purchases. You do not have to spend that kind of money to effectively plan. It's just guidance. Okay, so here I'm showing you their 5-step system. And first is an assessment. Second is setting intentions. Third is annual goals and vision. 4 is monthly goals and weekly actions. And 5 is monthly reflections and quarterly review. So I'm going to do step 1 and step 2 in this portion. And I'm going to start with their compass assessment. Their assessment is so good. So what they do is they ask you a series of questions, or just like generalities, and you are to put a number on it from 1 to 10. 1 being does not apply, and 10 is strongly applies. Now, this assessment is one of the free references that they offer on their website. And doing something like this prior to goal setting is very helpful. Because, so what happens is, for each category, they have personal, fun and recreation, work and learning, family and relationships, health and wellness, spiritual and personal growth, financial and physical environment. And you are supposed to score yourself on each of these categories. And having a quantifiable number on these categories can kind of show you where you are via a number from 1 to 10, and can be quantifiable as you grow. You can see with a number how you grow. If you don't put a number on it, it can be kind of hard to notice the growth or quantify the growth. You can probably, feel or see the growth within yourself, but putting a number on it kind of makes it a bit more concrete. I know all this sounds extremely type A and extremely rigid, but I'm an Aquarius, so I'm very airy, I'm very loose, and too airy, too flighty. So I have to ground myself in these ways sometimes. And I know this might not be for everyone, but this is extremely helpful for me. Okay, so for each of the 8 categories, I'm gonna answer the questions and score myself on each category. Again, personal, fun and recreation, work and learning, family and relationships, health and wellness, spiritual and personal growth, financial and physical environment. So I'm giving myself a numerical grade on how I see myself within all these categories. I'll give you guys a peek into my life. My strongest areas are spiritual and personal growth and physical environment. I mentioned that in my principles. My lowest scores come from fun and recreation. And what else? Family and relationships. I do mention I struggle a lot with family, and it kind of came to a head this year. And I'm going to take that into my next year, take the information that I learned into my next year and grow. And each quarter, I'm going to do this assessment and see what I was able to change. All right, once my assessments are done and I'm aware where I stand with a number presently, I am able to move on to my intentions. You cannot set goals without intentions. You have to know what it is that you want, what it is that you're seeking before you can make goals. What does line say? Nothing without intention. Don't do anything without an intention. Don't speak to anyone without an intention. I don't know. It's just being intentional, just like the principles, saves you from a lot of mess. And goals are imperative. They're a great thing to have, a great thing to achieve. But intentions are the why of the goals. Why is this my goal? Your intention should be what leads you to the goal. Also on this page is the year's word. I've been doing word of the year for about 4 years now. And I know I say everything changed my life, but having a word assigned to the year literally has brought me so much wisdom. Whatever that word is, I feel like I've learned it to its core by the end of the year. So I highly suggest assigning a word to the year. I'm a little bit private about mine because it's a heavy one, and I've been doing this for a couple years now. So, I got a momentum, but I highly suggest assigning a word to your year. So now, with all this information that I've garnered, it's time to write the goals down, baby. It's time to do the deed. What I was reading over was kind of how to write down a goal. There is a right and wrong way to write down goals. When it comes to your goals, don't be so vague in your language. You have to be kind of affirmative and positive. Don't be negative about what it is that you're saying, and kind of make it quantifiable. Make it quantifiable and make it real. And by real, I mean, here's an example. You can say as a goal, I want to get rid of clutter. That's the wrong way to write that. You have to make it real. What I mean by that is you have to put a time on it. Like, that's what I mean by making it quantifiable. Clean my garage this weekend. Instead of get rid of clutter, which is super vague. What clutter? Where clutter? How clutter? When clutter? You make it definitive. You make it real. You say the clutter in my garage, I'm going to get rid of that this weekend. So, make the goals real. Don't give yourself room to slip out of the goal. All right, I wanted to show y'all that after you do the assessment, they have like this little grid where you can visually see like where you're the strongest and where you're the weakest. And you can kind of like prioritize what you think is most important from there. So that's all done. And it's going to be time to write the goals down. Getting your goals down doesn't have to be a one sit down thing. You can do it in a one sit down thing, but it takes me a couple days. So I'm wrapping up for the night here, and I will reconvene the next day. All right, so assessing myself and knowing where I stand presently was my first step. That did take me a little while, and for me, I'm very vibey about it. I'm very intuition about it, and I kind of manage my energy about it. I don't force myself to complete all of this in one sitting. If I feel like I've exerted a lot of brain power, once my energy runs out, I put it away and I return to it when I'm in a good space again, when I'm re-energized again to really sit down and get these goals. Here, I'm looking over what I did or what I had going in 2023. I'm assessing over what I did complete, what I didn't complete, what I want to bring into the year. And this is just a session where I'm going to go through each of those 8 categories, and I'm going to give myself 3 to 4 goals in each of those categories. All right, so here I go. I'm in the zone, getting my stuff down. Also, notice how I switched to a pencil for this. I do recommend thinking about your goals kind of like a draft. Start with the rough draft. Really think about it, and especially with the intentions, do these serve my intentions? Does this serve my vision? How will I improve by achieving these goals? Really think about it. And sometimes you can put something down and be like, no, that really, I don't really need that. And you got to go back and erase it. Sometimes you have to add some stuff, and that's what I'm doing here. This is a first draft. I usually get it by the first draft. I usually just forget things. I have to come back and add things, but I usually get it by the first draft. So I'm going to link this page that I am referencing, that I'm looking at while I write my goals down. It's things to consider in each area of life when writing goals, and it's so helpful. If you feel stumped about what kind of goal I should put in what particular category, for example, personal includes self-image, self-worth, self-love, self-care, your confidence, your happiness, your peace, your fulfillment, your well-being, mental stimulation, hobbies, projects, creativity, alone time, support, sense of community, your routines, your attitude, your perspective, grace, and planning. All of these trigger words for what you can look to improve on. And they have all these awesome trigger words in each category. And I'm going to link these freebies on Maske Life's website. Again, you do not need to use this system for goal setting. You can take a piece of loose leaf paper and write down 10 goals, just things you want to improve on. But really, the thing about goals and achieving goals is writing them down, then taking action. This is just the first step to goal achieving. All right, so in this session, I pretty much get my goals written down. I have a clear sense of what I'm going to be working towards next year. I feel pretty organized, and I don't set unrealistic goals. Here I am smiling, crossing out some 2023s. Sometimes I have my stuff written down and, I'm not even really referring back to it. But again, I'm telling y'all, having this written down someplace really does something. It really does. But again, what I was saying is I don't set unrealistic goals, but I do set challenging goals. You have to challenge yourself to step out of your comfort zone. That is how you grow. You have to set something that makes you a little bit uncomfortable. I was watching Succession. I'm going to be watching Succession all throughout this little planning marathon. I do finish the season. I am done with it. I just finished it. But this session. My next one will be my final one. And I'm finally going to move these goals that I wrote on my Maske Life planning pages into my 2024 planning system. And it's a wrap for this session. All right, scenery switch. Now I'm in my living room. And I have completed all of my goals. I think this is actually the 1st, January the 1st. And all my goals was written down. I kind of sat on it for a day, took a day off from this, and I did think of some more things. So here is the session where I'm just looking over everything, making sure, I have written down what I want to accomplish. And from here in pen, I'm going to transfer these goals into my planner. All right, so I'm reviewing. I'm going to make a couple of tweaks, tune it up a little bit, open me up for more, and I'm going to transfer into the new planner. Ooh, it's getting real. Okay, I told you guys that my planner is Japanese, and I did find the translations on JetPens. I had them written down, but I decided to ignore their order since I don't understand it anyway, and just kept it in the same order that Maske Life is, starting with personal and ending with physical environment. So all I'm doing here is my plug and play method. I'm just plugging in what I just did into this system, and this is going to be my planner. This is going to be my book that I have with me throughout the year, and I'm going to make stuff happen. This layout is really dope. If you can see what I'm doing, I'm really writing on one side of the page. So that one side is your goals, and the other side is the actions you will take to achieve said goals. So that's super dope. I'm going to input all these goals, and then we're going to move on to the next layout. All right, so I wrapped that up. I finished inputting all the goals, and that feels good to me. I like that. It feels good to my soul. And I'm going to flip around to the next layout that I'm going to attack in this book. All right, so the next layout that I choose to attack is my affirmations page. I'm going to use this favorite phrases layout in the diary to input my affirmations. I love having affirmations in my planner. Affirmations are just that. You affirm these words onto your life. I think affirmations are such a great tool. I know some people are into them and some people aren't, but it is truly about your mind, body, and soul believing it. I know a lot of people get caught up on they're like, you don't believe it, but I don't know. I don't think I'm the right person to explain how to make an affirmation work, but I do believe in them. I'll share one of my favorites. I don't really think it's an affirmation. It's just a phrase that I came by a couple years ago that I truly think embodies my life. It reads, "Don't let doubt make you forget your greatness. Speak power over your life. Reaffirm your vision. Remember why you even started. One challenge shouldn't make you forget the bigger picture. Stay inspired and hopeful. Be positive in all situations. You have great purpose." I think a few positive words that can lift you out of dark times is very important to have. There's wealth in that. All right, y'all. Once I get the affirmations written down, that's pretty much it for the goal setting. This is what kind of makes me feel up for the new year and like on a journey, and I kind of have my compass with me and I kind of know where I'm going. I don't lock myself into these things. I still am an Aquarius. I still allow life to life, but I have direction. So this is it. Like and subscribe to see me plan, and let's plan together. All right, y'all. So outro Chris here. That was a little bit of a bitch and a half to edit, but I hope you guys enjoyed. I did want to add a couple more points that I wasn't able to get into in the meat and potatoes of the video. What I want to say about goals is when you set a very serious and life-fulfilling goal, you can feel like the top of the world when you achieve it. But what you need to remember is anything worth having requires some maintenance. So when you are setting these goals and you are achieving them, that becomes a new set of journey. It becomes a new journey that you put yourself on. So remember when you're setting your goals and you're achieving them, that you account for the maintenance that achieving that goal will have. I say that because I achieved a very, very big goal in 2023 and it changed my life. And I really needed to step up and show myself what I was made of. So take that into account. If you're as serious with goals as me, just remember the bigger ones you set, the more you're going to have to show up. And you can do it if you want to. I love you. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Talk to me in the comments. I talk back. Big bless and Happy New Year's. Bye.